Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of airbrushing. Now I want to start off by saying that the techniques I will be using in this video are techniques that are used in the industry and to create this kind of unattainable quote-unquote perfection or beauty. I want to just say that I in no way endorse these techniques. There's a very hot debate going on as to whether they should be allowed to be used, because they're not sending a very good message to our children about what a woman or even a man in some aspects appear, and in some aspects it's a very valid argument, because it is so easy to actually do this, and yet it creates quite a big effect. But having said that, we'll begin. I'm just going to be using this to demonstrate to you guys what is actually done and how easy it is. So this photo here is a photo of Kirsty Dawson. It is an unairbrushed photo. I will be leaving the link to it in the description if you guys want to have a play around with it yourselves. So yeah, we'll go ahead and create a new layer, and we'll apply image to it. So we just paste the thing over here. I'm just doing it so you guys can see the difference between the two by unhiding and hiding. And we're going to go filter and liquify. So straight away we're going to want to use this tool here, the forward warp tool. If I just demonstrate to you guys what this actually tool does, if I just push here like that, you can see it just pushes the image to the side whichever way you're dragging it. And you're probably sat there thinking, you probably know what this is, the uses that this is going to have, and you'd probably be right in it. So the first thing I noticed was down here by the thighs. You can just see a little bit out of shape. So I'm just going to use this tool to push the thigh back into shape. The brush tool is about 106 here, but you should be messing with the brush size yourselves depending on the image, depending on how much room you have to work with between the thighs here. You need quite a small brush, just so you're not warping the other thigh out of perspective as you're warping the other one into it. So there's the thighs, pretty much in shape now. And we're going to move up slightly to the waist, and we're just going to make the waist look a little bit thinner, just to create this, again, this unattainable perfection. I should quote unquote that. And as you can see, as I'm warping the thigh, as I'm warping the waist here, sorry, the arm next to it is just getting out of shape slightly, and you really need to keep an eye on that, because if you try and publish something that's that just looks wrong, it'll more than likely get rejected. But yeah, so the celebrities that have their images published very rarely have them unairbrushed, and if they are unairbrushed, then they tend to make a point of them. It's Kelly Brook, I think it was, the underwear model, had a set of photos unairbrushed, and there was a big report about that. But there, as you can see, the waist is looking a bit thinner, like so. And now we're going to go ahead and click on the bloat tool, and we're going to increase the size here to about 196. And we're just going to highlight the breast, and we're just going to click once, twice, maybe 3 times between them like that. And it just creates them a little bit bigger. And again, like I said, this is just to demonstrate the techniques. I'm not saying that they need to be bigger. We're just going to use a smaller brush just to make them look a bit more rounded, like so. Actually need to make the right one a little bit bigger again, because I think they're out of shape slightly. Go back to the same brush size and click once on that one. And there we go. Actually, we'll lower the size again, and we're going to edit the face slightly with the push tool again. And I'm just going to make it a bit thinner, Maybe you can even maybe thin the neck slightly. You could go to the extreme and make it really thin, just for demonstration purposes. So we're going to head and click OK and commit these changes we've got. So if I unhide and hide this layer, you can already see the big changes that it's made. Even if we're just affecting the thighs, the waist, the breasts and the face. Big changes already. Now because I've increased the size of the breast, the lighting looks quite off, so I'm just going to use the burn tool here with mid-tones and the exposure at about 60. I'm going to brush in between them slightly, and then I'm going to do the same around with the dodge tool. As you can see there, it just creates a bit more sense of realism. And I've just noticed here as well there's a little bit of flesh poking out that probably shouldn't be there, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. And we're going to use the spot healing brush tool. It needs to be a bit further in than that actually. And we're just going to brush over it like that. And there's a little bottom out there, so just do it if you make a mistake. And zoom out. And then this tool can even get rid of blemishes or freckles, like so. Go back to 100%. And then that you can even use to get rid of some strands of hair that seem to be kind of misplaced. But as you can see, these techniques are incredibly simple. We've been going now for 7 minutes, and the changes have been quite drastic. I'm actually going to go ahead and create a new layer, and I'm going to zoom in on the lips. And I'm just going to create a bit more vibrance by using this polygon lasso tool here, just to create a really, really rough selection. Doesn't need to be exact. Just around like that, and we're going to go ahead, bring up the colour picker here, and we're just going to pick a pink and create a bit more of a colourful tone. Use the fill bucket, and then we'll set that to linear dodge on really low opacity of about 7 or 8, and then use the navigator tool just to head back out to 100%. And then use your Control D to deselect everything. And then if we unhide and hide this layer here, you can see just that simple tool really creates a bit more colour within the lips. And that's really it. Like I said, my knowledge of airbrushing isn't exactly perfect, isn't an expert. But the brief kind of the play around I've had with it has been incredibly simple. To do simple things like this. So I'll go ahead and show that again. And that's really everything that needs to be said about it. Incredibly simple. Morally wrong? Possibly. I'll let you guys make up your opinions on that. Feel free to leave comments below about whether you think it's morally wrong to airbrush a model to give this unattainable beauty. Done in lads mags, it's done in magazines like Cosmopolitan, it's done in absolutely everything you see. Every celebrity who has photos published has a personal editor who airbrushes their photos and makes them look like this, uses similar techniques to make them look like this. So with that being said, I'll leave you for this video, and happy designing, guys. Don't forget to give the video a comment, a like and a rating, and if you really enjoyed it, give it a sub, and we'll have some more videos coming out in the future. Happy designing, guys.